Good morning. I want to talk for a moment about foreclosure mediation. As most of you are aware, the Florida Supreme Court issued rules, Administrative Order 094, which requires all of the circuits across the state of Florida to implement residential foreclosure mediation programs. Most of the circuits are in the middle of implementing those programs as we speak, and as practitioners and advocates, it's critically important that we understand in detail the issues surrounding mediation. Most of us have been involved in mediations and foreclosure cases for a number of months and maybe years now, but I want you all to understand that those mediations will change dramatically when these new rules and programs are implemented. I've attached to this video blog a sample outline prepared by my friend and colleague David Acosta at Case Clarity, which outlines the workflow of the mediation program pursuant to the new Supreme Court order. It should be apparent to every single practitioner that the mediation program under this more formal and rules-based approach is much different than mediation than we've done in the past. It is critically important that all of you understand exactly what the requirements are of the borrower and the requirements that are placed on the plaintiff in these cases, because if you don't understand these rules, your client could get hurt seriously. On the other hand, if you do understand the rules, you could use these rules to put the plaintiff through their paces and make sure that they disclose information up front that can be very useful in helping us to negotiate a better solution to the foreclosure problem. That being said, I want us to be focused on one very important point, and that is, as ethical and responsible lawyers, we have an obligation and a duty to the bar and to the courts with which we practice to try and come up with a solution to this foreclosure problem. The problem with mediations as they currently exist is the plaintiffs simply are not in a position to negotiate effectively. We as members of the ethical and responsible member of the foreclosure bar need to be working with the courts, with the mediators, and with the plaintiffs to force the plaintiffs to be in a position to more effectively negotiate with our clients to solve this problem on behalf of the courts. You can be sure of one thing, and that is if we don't help to be part of the solution and come up with real solutions to these problems, the problem's going to get worse. And the courts and the legislatures are going to slam things down the throats of our consumers that we're not going to want. So let's promise to be effective participants in the solution to this problem. Work with our courts, work with our mediators, and yes, work with the plaintiffs to solve these problems and be effective in the mediation context. Review the chart here, get out there and keep in the good fight.